RLCraft is a mod pack everyone and their mother knows about or has played. It was my first mod pack, and it's the only pack I ever became a speedrunner for, actually. Safe to say, I'm kind of a pro. So what happens when it gets put on a server that only lasts a month and all of the other players are inexperienced? Well, that's what this video is for. Welcome to RLCraft, done by a veteran. Totally not inspired by any other series with similar name.
Run! Doing that. This isn't the way to the house.
I took the long way. Did I go the right way?
It's this one.
Full disclosure, I'm scared to take on the bosses in this pack and in this version in particular. I know shivaxi made changes requiring them to be done in a certain order, and with the changes to the player's ability to become pretty much invincible, I'm actually worried for if I can do it or not. All I will say is Rehovart, the first Lycanite boss we'll have to tackle, ended a 100 days attempt for me a few years ago. He was the only boss I couldn't beat, though I have beaten him in other playthroughs. So stay to the end to see if I successfully get my revenge, or if I'll be beaten yet again. What were you guys on about? The exit is so easy to find. It's literally right over there.
I couldn't find it.
It's right there. I'm looking at it. It's right next to your house, actually.
Bet.
That's really funny. Oh, there's another waste. Oh!
Yeah, run. No. Ow. You don't want to go when it's night.
I know. Can we sleep?
Bed. Yes, bed.
Yo?
What?
Yo, we put our Minecraft beds next to each other.
Hey, yo, what the
Yeah.
Wait, that's going outside.
First order of business was making like the others before me and tearing spawn down to progress faster. I set spawn to this earlier to help the other players and have a safe-ish starting point, considering what happened to spawn last time we did RLCraft back in 2024. Oh, so you just went strip mining, like not even just, so like actually just strip mining.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Oh, Jesus.
And also took like the, what's it called, the mining job or whatever it is. I think I get XP from mining ores, so like even iron when I mine it.
I spotted this blighted Lycanite mob outside of spawn and tried to lure it over to the land. Surely this wouldn't backfire at all. I'm trying to see if I can get it to get over here, because it's in the water.
Ooh. That's tempting.
Holy sh! It's definitely...
You good?
Ouch! Why did it gotta be that way?
What is that? National Crusher of Dreams. That's an Enderman.
Leave me alone.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I want to go to bed. I don't want to be here anymore. Hey, so there are monsters nearby. I took a boat to a nearby island to get some proper progress done. Skipping through flint progression super quickly is something I usually do, and oh no.
Yeah. I can hear it. You, heal me.
So what did we do? We got back in our boat, definitely a good decision, and booked it. Specifically to this one structure because we didn't really have another choice since night was coming.
Where y'all at?
Go, 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 go. I don't mean to alarm you, but there is something chasing us.
Is there?
There's more than one something chasing us. Oh, I'm dead. There's a skeleton there, right at the entrance, bro.
I'm going back home.
Let me in the boat. Let me in.
Let me in. You good?
I can't get in the f***ing boat.
What's
happening?
What the f?
What is happening?
Why did you
After we got back, we explored a bit around spawn. I was looking for towers, since I usually am a battle tower loot goblin, but instead I stumbled upon something a bit more dangerous. Someone made a mob.
What's in there? Oh, I see. What's he doing there?
What are you doing? I'm so fucking scared right now, bro.
One-shot me.
Alright, so they 4-shot me.
Don't go in there yet.
Yeah.
It's a broken tower, so it'll be easier, but we need to go this way so we can sleep through the night. For those of you unfamiliar with RLCraft, there are a few different types of battle towers. What we have here is called a broken tower, which doesn't have a tower golem at the top and has significantly worse loot. But they can be worth doing for the XP, especially in the early game because of all the spawners. They also have a chance to spawn with blaze spawners on some levels, which are especially dangerous, so that makes it a little bit harder. We probably shouldn't go down another level. You can hear the mobs. I love seeing you immediately employ the correct strategy with battle towers, by the way. When
What
we
else
do
am I supposed to
standard
do?
battle towers, this is how you're doing this one is exactly how you do them. We continued exploring after raiding the tower, and Hollow and I decided to pair up our atlases so they'd have all the most up-to-date information, and so if one of us died, the other would have the exact death location. We did add a mod called Corpse to hold inventory on death, since this is a multiplayer server with folks that aren't the best at the game. So that helped as well.
Will I die instantly from dehydration?
No.
No, you like slowly take damage just as you would with hunger, but
Yep.
you don't see anything.
Yeah, you
That's the
can't
only
see.
problem.
And this is how I realized they patched the F3A cheese. I kind of knew about this from when we tried this pack in 2024, but I didn't realize they had actually fully patched it. Anyway, we continued on our way and found this. Yeah, this is a normal tower, so this one's gonna be a bit harder. Looting this tower was going super well, given this is what our chest was looking like. Like I just smelted down pet armor or wolf armor and got 5 diamonds out of it. Doing the towers this way was making me miss the old fishing rod cheese with the tower golems, which for those of you that didn't know, used to let you do this. Yeah, it was the best thing in the pack, and it was one of my favorite things to do, but it was patched out in 2.9.3. Regardless, our battle tower progress was put on pause due to a wonderfully timed blood moon, which at this stage of the mod pack is too deadly for us to fight off.
It is bad.
It's not even like a balancing issue. There's literally just nothing I can do for 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
what's the
Oh,
point?
yeah, no, that's
quite
pretty
literally the point.
Yeah, I don't know if you realized yet, but all of the quote-unquote hard mobs are just like mobs that stuck, like put you in place and then you can't move. They're not hard, they're just annoying as
Need to remake our stuff. When the blood moon was over, we left our little hole to assess damage and start rebuilding.
I could not open it.
Oh no, you
Hello,
aggroed the
Star.
tower golem.
I tried opening the chest!
Oh no. So of course I started building a reusable staircase in order to help Hollow. This totally went well and as planned. Oh, found him. Oh.
He's almost gone. I'm pretty sure if you like pull him out, he just dies. Cosmo.
Yep.
Cosmo, I'm fighting an illusion now.
Oh no. Why are you doing that?
Where is his body? What? I can't see Cosmo, help.
I'm on my way. Oh.
Watch out.
I wish I had us killing the golem recorded, but I was trying a form of clipping as my method of recording, and I didn't wind up catching it, unfortunately. This is going to be a common thread in this video. Anyway, we took what we could carry and continued on, coming across this dungeon, which I was hesitant to go into, but I figured we may be able to handle a little bit of it. Boy, was I wrong. Generally, I say attack is one of the better ones to do first. Ouch.
I mean, at least I can get my lockpicks now.
Yeah, he had vengeance, so that's why we were taking damage. Oh, I got a Bizor.
You got a what?
Bizor.
I don't have my stuff.
Watch
I'm
out for
gonna
the
push you.
warg.
I don't think we can get out of the
that's
water.
me, yeah.
Hang on, let me try to manifest this. Oh my god, it worked! Oh my god, there's a...
Yeah.
Yeah, long story short, it didn't go well. We got our stuff and got out as quickly as we could, taking a second to reset. So we don't have anything that we can summon yet, but you will
Oh
be
yeah,
able
because
to...
you need like a certain amount of knowledge on it.
Yeah, you used to be able to just summon them after knowledge level 1, which you can see how broken that is.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, because you could, you know the Aegises in the villages?
Yes.
You used to be able to summon them after knowledge rank 1, and they are the strongest one you can have. And on we went. We saw this other tower from a distance and made our way over to it, doing a similar strat we did on the other one.
I got hit by a ghoul,
Oh no.
and I fell, and my feet are broken now.
Oh no.
I can still jump high, but...
Trying to kill golems was definitely not going well, and it didn't help that I damn well knew this wasn't the right way to do it. It was just kind of funny, especially to see another player attempting it. Also, I don't know where the tower golem is.
That's fine.
I guess. Oh,
Oh,
never mind.
storm's coming.
I guess he's still alive.
Do you want to use the scroll that I have to go back, since I'm...
No, I can just make another one. Anyway, we were eventually successful, and I guess that's the motto of this entire video. Keep doing it until it eventually works. When we got back, I immediately made a Soul Gazer so I could get an Aegis as a summon. They aren't as strong as they used to be in older versions, but they're still incredibly strong. Okay, so I was online for a minute, not too long, just a couple minutes without my recording on. I'm trying to level up my thing so that I can summon the Aegises, because I know that they're not as broken in this version, but they're still really strong. I'm just trying to get that done. And I found this Russet Aegis, like right at base. I'm like right outside the house right now, and I'm trying to keep him here while my Soul Gazer stays on cooldown, because this guy gives me double the points, so it'll be a lot faster if I can just use this guy consistently. I did just wake up though, which is why I sound the way I do. Stop trying to leave, bro. We're buddies. Once we get flying mounts though, We are literally going to be the kings of this pack. After I got that taken care of, I went about getting some proper upgrades done. We are slaying with Chapel Roan while we play RLCraft. Let's go. Well, chat, we're going to go out here and probably die from hypothermia because we're going to put the main armor on and run. And, you know, being out at night in RLCraft, especially when we live right next to this water area, is really a bad idea. But do we care? No, we don't. I'm pretty sure that Hollow is working on a bar. So I'm just going to go this way. And go to the bar. Hey, at least it's not nighttime anymore. That's good. I started raiding this battle tower that was somewhat close to the bar and, well, it wasn't going crazy well. Hypothermia was a major issue. When I got back to the tower, I saw a sea serpent just kind of chilling there. I'm just gonna go see if he's friendly. You know, he seems friend-shaped. Perhaps he won't kill me.
That is actually the stupidest thing I've ever heard you say.
He's friend-shaped! We're buddies! Look, we're vibing! We're homies! Look at this! We're buddies!
Cosmo, how long has it been since you last
Yo.
been on Correct?
Bro, I am...
This is so biased.
This is so...
This is pay to This is pay to win, I'm telling you.
Yo, the fact that I'm not dead right now is insane. What the f did I just do? Do you have any healing things on you? I'm very cold. Oh, and I gave a quick update on where we sat progress-wise. I'm actually pretty decently leveled. So if we look here, you can see I've got 16 attack, 13 attack, 16 defense. I've been really enjoying RLCraft again, which is really great because last time we played this version, I really didn't have a lot of fun, but now I kind of understand the differences with this version and the other one, and I've actually gotten to a pretty good point in progress. Finally, I went and visited the bar, mostly because I didn't want to die of hypothermia, but also because I wanted to see what the others were up to. Is it warm in here? It doesn't seem to. I'm not warming up. I'm not warming up. You lied. You lied. False advertising. False advertising. False advertising.
It's warmer than
False advertising. You don't even have a crafting table. You have a crafting table?
I do. It's right there.
Okay, thank you.
For
You
real.
stole.
I've never stolen anything once in my entire life.
I doubt that.
May God himself strike me down. I wasn't there.
And after that short break to warm up and avoid hypothermia, I went back to the battle tower. I didn't want to kill the golem, but I wanted the loot from the levels below him. Hello, Herwing. Welcome, welcome. You're a first-time chatter, so welcome. I swear they're more normal than this sometimes, but most of the, I mean, I'd say most of the time, but I'd be lying. And I'm definitely new to the mod pack, and I've definitely never played it before, and this is 100% a first-time playthrough, you know, first try for everything. Imagine dying to a zombie. That's kind of cringe.
That zombie was a boss zombie.
My
It had
pickaxe
the
broke.
funny
Guess
particles.
we're leaving. So I did a quick reset, healing and getting a new pickaxe before jumping right back into raiding the tower. It's a bit of a slow start at first, but conquering this tower was a major stepping stone, so that's why I'm including all of it. I want the loot that's in that chest because I know it's going to be fire, but I don't want to deal with the tower golem. What do I do?
Correct.
Yeah, real. Yeah, but I am freezing to death up here, so I can't be up here very long. Oh, it's weakness, ender, lifesteal. Never mind, I'm not fighting this golem. If you want the golem loot, feel free to take it. I'm not taking it. I'm not going for this tower. I've cleared out all the spawners. It's just the top level with the golem.
The one that's nearby.
The one that's next to the bar.
Alright.
That meant it was time to explore a bit, and explore I did until I found this house, which is a dungeon entrance, by the way. Yeah, we can go hole up there for the night probably, so we don't like get hypothermia. Because we're like on the edge of getting hypothermia. I also probably need to get some more water before we go down there. And you know what, we can just kind of go down now if we wanted. Can't see very well, but we can go. Did you explore the dungeon that we marked as unexplored on the atlas?
No.
Somebody's already been down here. I don't know if they've gone to the lower levels. I highly doubt it, given like how like the dungeon is, but they could have. We can probably try to get to one of the lower levels. I think we're geared enough to take on one of the secondary levels of a dungeon like this. We definitely can't take on the nether level though. Ooh, there's a Grue down there. This is really dangerous because we don't have a recall potion out. Yep. Too dangerous to be down here at this level. I need to get healing supplies before I go back down, at least. Next time I was on, I left the dungeon and went out exploring further in diamond gear at this point. My main goal now is to find other battle towers to raid since they'll be the safest and still a really good source of loot at this stage. But without a flying mount, I wouldn't be able to progress near as quickly as I was used to. A lot of changes were made in 2.9.3 that made my speedrunning strategies from 2.8.2 unusable, including flying mounts being pushed to a more middle game feature instead of being obtainable by night 1. I did get to raid this villager structure I found, which always has some good loot. The healing supplies would wind up being especially useful. I continued on my way, looting a broken tower I found and upgrading to a diamond pickaxe.
Oh, you burnt to a crisp.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh. Right as I tab out, bro. Thankfully, I had the materials to create a grave scroll and teleport back to my death location, and as soon as I had my stuff, I was off yet again, looting every single structure I came across. God, editing this makes me miss the mod pack so much. My loot goblin instincts are itching for shit like this. Ooh. Ooh. The loot from this is insane, actually. Holy shit. I dropped my loot off at home and went right back to raiding that same tower. Bro, I'm so testing fate right now.
Hello there.
Oh, skill issue.
Oh, how am I alive? How am I alive? With the golem at the bottom, I could go back and grab the loot from the top 2 chests, which would have the best stuff in them. This lockpick mod was the actual bane of my existence, by the way, but it was worth cracking. I brought everything home for safekeeping, and when I went back out, I came across this dungeon. I'm about to raid this dungeon, and it's about to be a bad idea.
Raid me, please. I swear to God.
Beat me to it, dude. You bet. Oh my god.
And then I found out they shoved a damn golem in the top of this dungeon in this update.
I'm okay.
Free loot. Woo! Ah! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Bro, this tower golem and I were homies for a split second. Oh, he's blight! He's blighted!
Big. That's a big drop.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I found a strategy that was working pretty well for killing the golem, though it wasn't perfect. I was thankful he would take a second to aggro because it let me get my items back pretty easily whenever I died. Bro was laughing at my tower strat like it's not working. Soon enough, I was free from the golem and fought off the mobs remaining in the chamber, finally able to get some of the loot I was after. This would be a lesson in how much more careful I need to be in future encounters with this dungeon type and with others that I haven't encountered yet in this version. Back in 2.8.2, there was no golem at the top, so the loot felt really free and insanely rewarding for basically doing nothing but climbing to the top. Or flying most of the time, since it was easier to get a mount in that version too. When I got back to base, I noticed there was a dog in the entrance to the mines, so I went to tame it. Guys, I have a new dog. Do you want to come meet my pet dog?
It's not. I doubt it's a dog, but
It's
we'll
my
see.
pet dog. Come meet my dog. Her name is Muffin. Are you ready? Are you ready to meet her?
Yeah. Oh my
Doggy! Doggy!
Hey, you can have a heart because I already like have 10.
Oh, yeah. Doggy! I did a lot of stuff, as you can tell. I am full diamond and enchanted. I'm not fully enchanted. I've got like 1 layer of prot. Also, I've got some decent stats up now. But I was trying to get more ender pearls because as you can see, we are out of ender pearls because I ran into some
Yes.
mishaps.
No, I also did. I used a bunch of them.
Yeah, I got a bunch, but then I used a bunch and I was like, oh damn. After that quick recap, I went out exploring again, looting some stuff along my way, and actually wound up killing my first sea serpent of the playthrough. Jesus. First serpent. Let's go. Oh, I'm getting hit from below.
You have a bezel?
I do.
Oh, okay. I was like, how are you not taking poison damage? I remember I did an RLCraft run and I got super lucky with the bezel like very early on. It made the battle tower so much easier. You might die here. I'm not gonna lie with you.
I don't die because I'm the goat. What the
It's the second one? The hell?
Yeah. What the
Yeah, you're done. You're done. You're done, bro. It's over.
Oh no, Gabby got on. I'm the best. Dude, my head is just about dead. And that's what knowing the timing of Lycanite attacks can do for you. I hate Reapers, but they are not nearly as annoying as Banshees, so I'll take it. I went through the rest of the tower rather easily with one hiccup.
The whispering is actually just Lycanite. You got that. It doesn't have that much health, bro. You got that. It's kind of hitting hard though. I'm not gonna lie.
No, go back! Go back!
Why you scream so?
Yeah, whatever. I finished the tower and continued exploring, finding this rather interesting structure I don't ever remember encountering before in older versions, so maybe it's new to this one? Oh, I haven't been claiming any of them.
Yeah.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh my god! Bro. Dude. That's fucking hilarious.
Next time I was on, I popped a recall potion to get back to this one dungeon I found while exploring. Trust me, I wish waystones were craftable. It would make my life a lot easier, but I'm gonna have to go help Butter and then run all the way back to the structure I found, which is like 7,000 miles from spawn.
Nah, I totally got this. Don't worry. I just have to travel like 4,000 blocks in winter in snowy biomes. Doable.
Well, in the snowy biomes is what makes it 10 times worse. These 4 tower dungeons are going to be a major challenge at our current level. Back in 2.8.2, you'd be able to just go up to the top and loot the best chests, but we can't do that anymore thanks to this end crystal that stops us from breaking nearby blocks and getting in. So that means we have to fight our way to the top or die trying. Or do what I wound up doing, but you'll see that in a minute.
You know, Miracle, I've been too mean to you. I'll be mean to Cosmo instead.
Damn, I guess no more late night bed wars for you, Raggy.
You mean you both know that's a lie? You're gonna DM me like a desperate ex, like, hey Pookie, you up? 4 AM my time, midnight yours. I'm kinda bored. I was thinking of bed wars or something.
I decided to bridge up to the levels I could access since they'd be the easiest ones to loot at first. Getting rid of the upper spawners and getting the XP and loot off the bat is so nice.
Surely one day hypothermia will no longer be an issue, right?
Oh wow. Butter, did you hear all that? Lots of explosions.
I actually didn't hear that one.
Okay, you got lucky. I found more often than not, the best way to deal with this tower is to just block the mobs off wherever you can and wait for the spawners to run out, at least when you're lower mid-game, since you can't really tank the hits from so many mobs at once. Oh no, perplexity, not again. This single effect made witches some of the deadliest mobs to encounter in this entire mod pack. This and the spinning effect. Perplexity inverts and I think randomizes your controls for context. I tried a different way of getting to the top, but eventually I just wound up kind of rushing in, racing to the top and destroying the end crystal, all while hoping for the best. I grabbed my loot and took it back to my little setup spot with my bed and chests.
You should listen to my wisdom. You should listen to me more. You're not wise. You're not wise.
Oh my god!
What the? What the
What happened there?
Oh,
What
I think
happened for you at?
I think it was the head. You hit me in the head, and the head was on like 1 HP.
Soon enough, I had conquered the 4-tower structure and got the loot I was after, and just as I was thinking the loot was mid for how difficult of a dungeon this can be, this happened. Oh, I take it back. I take back every bad thing I've said about this dungeon loot. Holy shit, I take back everything bad I said. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Is it good?
Oh, it's
It was
good.
like you think this loot bad? Right? You still have to come
Literally, I
back
just
and
got a
get
potion ring
your
of strength.
stuff.
I booked it back to my little setup area to downsize and figure out what I was going to take with me. Thankfully, in RLCraft, you can smelt down armor pieces and get a really nice return on them if they aren't used at all. So that is one method I suggest for if you find yourself in a similar situation. Once I made it back to the base, I dug out this basement area for me to put all my stuff in and to live in as well. This mod pack is single-handedly responsible for my hobbit hole and mole rat tendencies when it comes to building bases in Minecraft. And I took a minute to sort out my loot into chests properly. It pays to be a mostly organized loot goblin. What do you mean what little reputation you have left? I'm the one who's questionably sober.
Questionably sober, is that what we're calling it?
I've like closed RLCraft. Are you getting on RLCraft?
Yeah, I'll be in
Yeah,
it.
we're enemies by the way because you killed Muffin. I think it happened while I was offline or while I was raiding the tower, but Raggy, my friend who I'm talking to in the previous clip, killed Muffin with Jarl, another player on the server. I hadn't soulbound Muffin yet, so I was devastated. Little did I know how much this would spiral into a conflict between him and I, and not even just on this month of the server. So I went underground searching for more dogs. It's a puppy! Puppy dog! This would be the beginning of a new army, formed specially to take on Raggy and Jarl, or formed out of grief because I missed my dog. There's another puppy dog! Be friend? Be my friend? The other puppy dog is my friend! And I took to exploring again. Whoa, that's a dragon skeleton. Battle towers were the primary goal since the loot and the golem levels of the tower would be incredible at this stage, and because I really needed the XP. The only real way to level before I go for dragons is to get XP and loot from higher level dungeons at this point. Having the soulbound chupacabras was also nice. Because of their high attack speed and the leech ability they have, they can be great when used in towers. When I left, I spotted some deathworms. One of my usual goals with RLCraft and with a lot of mod packs I play is getting my hands on as many armor sets as possible. It's a fun challenge and makes me engage with a lot of the other entities that maybe I wouldn't normally fight. It does also mean that stopping to kill these would be ideal. I also found another full tower to take on. Wow, they actually implemented the magic mirror?
Lovely.
Used to not be usable. Now it's usable with Magic 32. One reason to aggro the golem from that spot is because he destroys the upper chests and makes them lootable. He can also knock himself down into the tower too, which also makes them lootable. Also, this atlas was beyond useful. This is the first playthrough I actually used it in, and that's mostly because at the time I was simultaneously recording on the Rebirth of the Night server that I have with my friends, and that pack showed me just how valuable a tool the atlas actually is. When I got home, I sorted my stuff out and crafted a fire dragon's eye. This would make me immune to fire damage completely, and when I have a flying mount, make fighting fire dragons a lot less dangerous. It also gives you this minor form of X-ray when it comes to ores. And then Raggy requested my help with getting his stuff back, so we called a temporary truce while I took care of a sea serpent for him. Dude, I'm so scared doing this. Like, actually, there's a clip of me dying to a sea serpent that, like, flew at— oh.
What the actual... Explain to me. Explain to me how. In what world did you kill me?
Dude, I was shooting the sea serpent in front of me. What do you mean I can't?
I know!
Oh, and I forgot to mention it, but I named the chupacabras Donut and Cupcake to honor Muffin. But then it was right back to tower raiding and trying to progress as much as possible in as little time as possible. Got a lot of kind of insane loot from that tower, not gonna lie. I'm actually really happy with that, so I'm gonna come down here and we're gonna use up some of these levels we got. Also put some of our stuff away. I'm sad I didn't get another recall potion. 3 XP tomes and 22 levels is kind of insane. Okay, let's use these levels. Question is, do we want to enchant or do we want to sink them into stuff? Because we could very well sink them into stuff, or we could start enchanting. I think I want to enchant my Tide Guardian boots because I'm probably going to be in these for a minute. I think maybe we go all in and fully enchant a set of diamonds so that we can actually go after dragons properly. Because we've got the too, we need the protection too. And I have some brought 4 books, so that should be better. And so enchant I did. Not sure if this was a great move here, but I suppose you'll see how it turned out soon enough. So I set out with my newly enchanted gear with one goal in mind: make it back to my home and— sorry, wrong script. Kill my first dragon on the server, which admittedly wasn't going crazy well. Normally when I go for dragons in this mod pack, I already have a flying mount that I splash with fire resistance and then I just go ham. We don't really have that luxury here. What the f— that cinder killed me so quick, man. I kept chipping away at the dragon's health and soon enough night fell. I got incredibly lucky because I was already so close to killing it with my bow that I was able to just do this. Holy f— I did it! Holy f— I think this is the first dragon kill on the server. Holy sh— I swore so much in this segment that I'm cutting the entire audio, so just know I was freaking out. I'm not censoring that, it's just getting cut. Holy f— that was a war. Holy shit. But look at us. Look at us. Holy f— that's so neat. Okay, well we're gonna keep this safe actually for now. We'll save this extra scale and wow, kind of crazy, you know? I'm still kind of blown away that we actually pulled that off. I kind of thought we were just gonna die repeatedly and lose all our— but here we are, you know? So this is gonna be the set that we fully enchant because this is gonna be our basically endgame set. Unless we want to go for golem armor, which I'm not really that interested in. And until I figure out what the next set after it is, because to be honest, I don't know. I mean, I may be a speedrunner for RLCraft, like a former speedrunner, but I was a speedrunner on 2.8.2, which has a lot of changes, admittedly, between this version, which is 2.9.3, and that version, so, you know, we'll see where we go with this. The next bit of progress would be us making sure our baubles were fully re-rolled and optimized optimized, but I also wanted to kill the Wither for a Nether star. I would wind up needing to do this repeatedly, especially because later down the line we need the Nether stars in order to take on the main bosses of this mod pack. Though I did go AFK when I got back to base, simply because winter was making it actually unbearable to go outside, even with an Aussie liner. Okay, I've been AFK here for a minute now, and I think we should be good to maybe start going outside again. I want to try to get a flying mount because I'm really tired of having to run around everywhere, and that's what makes everything so much more dangerous. So the problem is we need to get avian treats, which now require cooked Ica meat, cooked silex meat, or cooked crab leg, which is not as easy as it was before. What's even harder about that is the avian saddle requiring troll leather and troll tusk. So I've literally only ever seen trolls very rarely when it comes to RLCraft, so I guess we'll just have to go and look in the caves. Let's tackle that first. Forest, perfect, we're in the right biome, so we need to go to like Y30 though. Long story short, I didn't find a troll after spending quite a bit of time in the caves looking for one. I did remember seeing trolls in the Lycanite dungeons, so my assumption is the normal caves in RLCraft don't allow for a lot of troll spawns because they're so small. So that led to quite a lot of exploring, dungeon crawling, and awesome monster slaying. Going through almost every structure I passed, mainly for XP but also drops because, you know, loot goblin. I was about to head home and log off for the night when I finally found what I had been searching for. You know, I was trying to find my way back to my house in this fucking server, and you know what I found instead?
What?
A Lycanite dungeon. Guess he's not going home for a while. After pushing into the first bit of the dungeon, I realized I was a bit too undergeared for it. Raiding so many dungeons on my way to this one really did a number on my armor, and I needed a reset. So I tried to ask for help from the other players that were online, but Miracle was occupied, so I set a bargain. We can do another strategy. So now I need you to pop one of the recall potions and send a teleport request to me. Because we can use that, you can teleport to me, give me a wormhole, drop me the rest of the wormhole potions. You can then wormhole back to Raggy, and then we're back at spawn. Because Raggy, you're near spawn, right?
I'm at my mob farm, so yeah.
I haven't drank it yet, but it does say immediately that no teleportation.
If you have something in your offhand, take it out of your offhand.
I have nothing.
Oh.
No, it just says no teleportation targets available.
Keep trying. We got it to work and I got the reset I needed, then going to help Miracle with getting his stuff back before heading straight back to the dungeon. I actually got lucky with this troll spawning down here, and this gave me hope that I'd find enough of them in here to actually get a flying mount sooner rather than later. I kept raiding the dungeon and then had an actual heart attack when this next thing happened. Oh! That's a boss. Oh, that's just straight up a boss. Ever had a boss just straight up come running down a hallway at you? Yeah, it's only minorly terrifying to have a boss mob run down a hallway at you like Foxy from FNAF. Anyway, raiding the dungeon was actually going pretty well for a while until I got cornered by some Grues.
Like, the main reason why I was so scared of them when I was new to RLCraft was because of the fact that, oh.
Whoa, what the f?
You gonna be okay?
Well, I lagged the f out, clearly, when I teleported. Oh, hello. What?
Oh, hell no.
After I got my stuff back, I finally made an avian saddle. Thank God. Things are about to get a lot easier. So you can see I went out and tested how using the treats would work on the Pterodon, mildly getting my ass kicked in the process, but we'll ignore that. So I do have to get a higher knowledge before I can tame them, which makes me a little scared for the Raikou, if I find one, because I definitely don't have enough avian treats to compensate for that. Okay, I got 5, which is enough to make an avian treat. Well, a thing of 4 of them, but would like to have more than that. Oh, that's a Herma. Oh, yeah. Be my friend, be my friend, be my friend, be my friend, be my friend. Wait, I'm out of treats. Hang on. Be my friend. Oh my god, it's my friend! And it's soulbound! Holy shit, I've got a flying mount! This is awesome! I was really excited because normally I would have had these night 1, so having to do so much more work to get one made it feel like a much bigger step. As much as I was annoyed at having to change my playstyle at first, I do think this was a good and necessary balance change for the pack. The first thing I did was go explore areas I hadn't been able to yet because of the ocean around spawn, and then I bodied not 1, but 2 dragons. I had to make use of my dragon armor, so I needed to make sure I got more skills for backups. And then I ran into a goofy serpent.
Oh my god, bro's so happy. Bro's so happy.
He's vibing, bro.
No, he's building up speed. He's about to backwards long jump and just fucking like eat you, bro.
When I continued exploring, I found what is probably the funniest world generation I've seen in this pack.
I was saying that earlier. Yeah. But I remember, what the f is that?
Wait, is that a roguelike dungeon?
Wait, what in the Broken World generation?
Wait, no, that's a roguelike dungeon, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
the house
generated on top of...
on a battle tower, bro. What?
With the
is
chest
happening?
attack!
No, that's crazy. Wait, is the battle tower golem there?
Surely he suffocated, no?
You just try opening the chest. I mean, it's probably gonna all blow up if you do that. But like, oh, there it is. Dude, what in the world? You gotta take a screenshot of that, please.
I will.
That's
I'm
actually
gonna
beautiful.
hang out here
That
for a
is
second.
beautiful.
I gotta
That
wait
is
for this guy to
genuinely
come back.
beautiful.
Of course I killed the golem and looted the tower. Who do you think I am? After that, I went back home to say hi to my best friend, Alpha, who joined us for like a day or so of the mod pack. Welcome to my house.
But I just left spawn.
But I live- come here, I live here. Welcome to my house. She was doing this to try to break her flint in case she wanted to know how unfamiliar with the pack she is. Anyway, I wanted to try to get some enchantments. Enchanting is not my favorite thing in this mod pack because of how much luck is involved with finding books and villages, but it's a necessary evil. I hope a rework maybe comes out at some point, but who knows, it's RLCraft. I hand-built this spawn.
Well, it's the worst spawn you've ever built then. It's awful.
Don't disrespect Cosmo like that.
Yeah, I can't believe this, Alpha.
I'm just disrespecting the build. It's terrible. I really do.
What the skibbity sigma? This mostly consisted of teleporting to every waystone I had unlocked and checking to see if the village had a library structure or not, then rating that structure for its books. Surely I took no detours while doing this, and I definitely stayed focused on the task at hand, not deviating at all. Fast Cosmo wouldn't do that to editing Cosmo and make it 10,000 times harder to keep the video consistent. Anyway, I made my first Dragonbone Saber, enchanting it with Advanced Looting 1. While exploring, I found another rather OP dungeon and decided to knock it out pretty quick. This bow was definitely the play with the golems in these ones. I grabbed my loot and went home to sort it out into my goblin stash. After I looted a few more towers, I focused on expanding the base a bit as well. Hello, Rainbow. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you liked the notification. I know all of these new people that followed me off of YouTube probably loved the new notification that they're gonna get now if they left notifs on. Thank you to everybody, because there's actually, like, we literally, I've neglected streaming so much, and yet I feel like we've grown very quickly over here too. Same on YouTube, which has been so strange lately, but it's definitely been interesting, I will say that. But we're gonna be trying to level up the gear that we've got. I was mainly looking for like enchantments and stuff, because I'm at the stage where I have sea serpent armor, and I also have dragon armor. I'm wearing like enchanted dragon armor, but it's just base stuff, really. It's not anything super crazy. I'm in this set right now because I don't want my dragon armor to break. The chest plate's already gone, and that's kind of shit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw 2 of our Aussie liners on this set because I'm tired of dying to hypothermia, which happened to me multiple times yesterday, and that sucked. Anyway, here, let me give you guys a brief tour of our RLCraft base. So we're gonna be in sea serpent armor today because I don't want to break what's left of my dragon set. And we're gonna try to enchant the sea serpent armor so that it's somewhat on the same level. And I wasn't kidding when I told you guys I just straight up live in a hole. Like I do. I live in a hole in the ground under spawn, which is this up here. This was spawn for MSMP. You know, I hand built this totally. But we're gonna raid some dungeons today. That's the goal. Well, let's take the XP tome that we've got that's full, and let's throw some enchantments on our Tide Guardian armor. I want to throw a level 30 on our helmet at least, and preferably on our chest plate too, to get as much body protection as possible. We're just gonna see what we can get from the enchantment table. Unbreaking's not really. Brought 4. I will take that. Strengthened Vitality. What does Strengthened Vitality do? Increases your health depending on your max health. Okay, I'm down with that. Unbreaking, we're just gonna take the... Oh, look at that! Whoa! Look at that health increase! Holy shit! Unbreaking probably can't hurt, and we might get another thing with it. Plus, I do believe I have a protection book, so whatever. Just unbreaking is fine. We'll take that. I really want to try to get my hands on mending. I haven't really found any mending books yet, which has been kind of annoying, not gonna lie. That's why my my first dragon set is missing its chest plate, because it broke. All right, we're gonna throw prot 4 on the helmet, as long as we give ourselves levels. Just for now, at least, we need something on the helmet. Objectively speaking, RLCraft is pretty bad game design, but I kind of really enjoy the things that make it bad game design, if that makes sense. It's hard just because you die to everything, especially in the beginning. But I used to speedrun the pack, so that's why I know a lot about it, and that's why it's easier for me to progress than a lot of other players. I'd say RLCraft is mostly like a knowledge check on how much you know about it and about the mods that it uses and its specific configurations of those mods. Because if you don't know a lot, then you're gonna just get stuck dying repeatedly in the beginning. But if you know how to cheese this pack, then you are just set. And it is a lot of fun when you get further into it. Exactly, from what I heard, the more you know about it, the better player you are. You are right. So we're gonna go back into this. Ooh, a troll. Oh! So I geared up to fight the trolls because their drops are super valuable here. Thankfully, they aren't crazy hard to kill, but they can hit very hard for someone that maybe doesn't have 3 health bars. Not me though, I'm the goat. I basically ran through the rest of this dungeon. Thanks to the gear I had, I was in a good enough spot to be pretty safe doing this. Exactly. That's how I think about it anyway. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, just gonna be given gear like that right now is crazy. Here, let's throw the backpack down. We gotta throw stuff in here. I was even able to pretty much body the boss mobs, getting my hands on some nice drops. I was still making my way through the dungeon when I noticed Jarl get online. Jarl, who, if you recall, witnessed Raggy kill Muffin earlier in the playthrough. I agreed to boost him and mentor him in the ways of RLCraft if he apologized for what happened to Muffin, which admittedly wasn't really his fault. He just kind of stood there while it happened. Do you want me to help you get your stuff back if you remember where it is, or do you want me to just like bring you to my house and give you a bunch of
I had is probably not that lot, but yes. Yeah,
just come to my house. I will give you a bunch of things.
I'm stuck under the water, unfortunately.
Hang on. Oh, why are you in the ocean at night? Okay, well, here you go. Take this. Take that. Take that potion.
Cosmonautic.
Okay.
Oh.
This way.
Fancy. I had nothing to do with Muffin's death.
I know, no. You're fine. You're fine.
Pillowcase.
You're fine. They're soulbound, so they just appear sometimes. Welcome to my house. What level are your skills at?
Probably not a lot. Defense is 8.
Okay.
Because that was how much it was to get iron fucking armor on.
I passed Jarl some of my XP tomes to get him to level up enough, then I explained how the skill tree worked. You can pick to get XP from mining, crafting, or combat. I picked combat because I dungeon crawl. I know Hallow picked mining because she was strip mining in order to like get XP levels, right? So if you want to strip mine for levels, you can do that, or if you want to be like me and dungeon crawl your way to levels, you can do combat. I don't know.
I'll do combat, it sounds more interesting.
It is more interesting in my opinion.
Okay, is that it? Is that me done for that? Yeah.
Nope. So now that you've picked combat, I want you to level up shield proficiency. So you click that, you click increase, you click done.
Oh.
How many levels do you have?
Shield proficiency increase. I'm at 20.
Good. Now I want you to go to iron skin. How many levels does it require to level?
11.
Okay, so you're gonna increase iron skin by 1.
Got it.
Click done. Okay. Now you can hold on to the XP tomes I gave you because you can use them to store your XP. I don't have a lot of iron armor because I tend to smelt my stuff down, but that's what I've got that's enchanted. I don't have any levels myself because I just gave you what I had, but here, take those. Oh, and then why don't you take this? Pop that.
Yeah!
That's yours now.
Oh, what's a growl? Why is his mouth so huge?
He's your buddy now.
Hi, buddy.
So press B, opens a bestiary, right? Go to pets. I think he should be under mounts, I think.
Growl.
Yep. He's your friend now. Do you want to name him?
Yeah, we might as well. What should I name him?
Well, here's a name tag. Chat, what do we want the name? You want an Eldritch Horror too? Yeah, I mean, we can't all be this lucky. All right, Chat has decided his name shall be Billy.
Oh yeah, okay. Sure, we'll go with Billy then.
I think Billy is a great name, by the way. It very much so suits him. Here's your levels back. Here's Billy's thing. Okay, well, unfortunately, Billy is an aberration type mob, which is one of the hardest saddles to get. So we do not have a saddle for Billy yet. But yeah, that's Billy. You can keep him out, or you can press B when you're on that tab. You can summon and dismiss him as well. So if you don't want him out 24/7, you can do that. You can't do it repeatedly because it does cost your spirit, which replenishes slowly over time.
Alright, okay, so I don't have to do anything to replenish.
No, you're good. And it was time to take Jarl dungeon crawling, so I let him pick out some stuff to take with us. You can pick something out. I've got a bunch of stuff in here. Whatever you've got enough levels to use, feel free. And off we went. I carried him with my rock, who I named Valorant, by the way, because I have an actual addiction to that game. We kept flying until we came across this battle tower, and I decided to stop and raid it. Here, you need some healing stuff. Take that. Also that. Our format was pretty much me going through and clearing some levels, while Jarl would clear others, and I would pass over some healing supplies to boost in the meantime as well. I think all the other spawners are gone, because over time, spawners do disappear. You can take stuff out of the chest if you want. Though I'm actually going to have you not go all the way to the top level because that's going to be something I have to deal with. That's like will kill you levels. So if you want, you can go down to the bottom and wait there and see the explosions.
Oh, explosions.
Yeah.
Fun.
If you want to go hang out down there. There's a giant water pool you can... Okay, that works too. All right, chat. Are we ready for the tower golem? Here, let's get rid of these spawners up here. All right, the golem is easy. What crack are you on, buddy? The best type. Sure, I can share. W. There we go.
See the explosions.
Ooh. Gotta keep moving. Forgot
This
that.
would be a funny thing to record and just see their fucking thing.
Oh, fuck. Well, man down, man down. Hello, buddy. Pretend I'm not here. Why don't ya? He's dead. Now I'm gonna die if I don't get out of this tower. No, you don't want to go up there. Watch the explosions! Cool, guys. Don't look at explosions.
Oh, that would have been a perfect screenshot moment. Damn it. Oh.
We continued on, only to come across my personal favorite structure in this mod pack. Especially because they're out. Oh, I thought that was a dragon. Oh, 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 this will be fun. Oh, fuck. I fucking hate banshees. I hate them so much. I hate them so much. They're so stupid. I fucking hate banshees.
Feeling you hate them.
Fuck those guys. On so many levels, I hate them. It's personal. The rest of the stream was dedicated to raiding this and helping Jarl level up. He died a few times, but we had so many recall potions and wormhole potions that it didn't really matter that much. But generally you want to get in like a position you're in and then just like kill the mobs the way you are when you're at the... Well, when you're at the level that you're at, you can't really run into this tower like I can. Like I can run in here because I can tank damage from them, at least a little bit. You died to skeletons shooting you. You can't really come in here.
I have been afflicted with blindness. What is that?
What?
A geese. What is a
Oh, it's a geist.
I was gonna say it's a geese. Singular geese. Must be a goose then.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh,
Well, this is the other kind of purple fire. This is the one I thought that you might have been talking about. This spawns when you kill a geist and it will damage you, so don't step in it. Oh, here's healing. This is really silly to watch back because I was quite literally babysitting Jarl while we cleared a dungeon that was way far above his level. To demonstrate that further, he tried going up this ladder I'm looking at in this clip in the next one. Ooh, don't go up there. Do not go up there. Do not go up there. Do not go up there. Holy fuck. Get down here.
Oh.
Get over here.
I feel like I'm being told off.
Okay, hang out here for a second. I'm gonna do something.
I'm being locked out.
No, hang out here.
Locked in somewhere. I feel like I'm just being grounded.
You're not grounding you. I'm just trying to make this slightly safer. They don't drop a lot of XP anyway, and they're just kind of a hassle. No. I'm trying to make you not die. This went on for a bit until Jarl had to log off, and then I went back and looted the upper levels of the tower that I couldn't get to when I had him with me. Because look, you get sharp... Ooh, okay. A ghast tier? Holy shit. Okay, don't mind if I do. That was inconvenient timing. What? Holy shit, infernal mobs, bro. No, okay, so I think some chests just do not spawn. Oh, that's not good. That's what I was trying to avoid. I was hoping to get another potion ring in here because I got my other potion rings from these towers, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, kind of disappointing loot, honestly. Jesus. Okay, I will leave. My bad, gang. We can loot the rest of the towers and stuff. Witches boom. Yeah, the witches do that. That's why I kind of wanted to avoid them a little bit. So I brought my loot home, sorted it out into the goblin stash, and said goodnight to stream, since I had other stuff to work on that day. Next time I was on, I devoted a bit of time to properly labeling the chests since I was just kind of working on a feeling when I did the initial sort, and this is what it wound up looking like. Next order of business was more XP hunting. I didn't feel geared enough to take on bosses yet, but I wanted to kill the Ender Dragon soon, so I hard focused on making sure I felt ready. Oh, there's a dungeon down here that I can probably go do. I don't think they have enchantments, which is what I need, but XP is still great. I did the dungeon, but I was also in dire need of enchantments. I'd need to go back to checking villages for library structures soon, which I went out exploring for, but instead I found yet another dungeon of the same type I just raided, and of course I couldn't pass that up. Interesting, thing I picked up from the dungeon yesterday. I'm gonna combine these bows because this one is power 1, this one is power 4. and also adept. So we're gonna combine them. Back to searching for libraries I went, and this time I didn't get horribly derailed. Freaks me out. Ooh, Prot 4, Feather Falling, Look of the Sea. Advanced Blast Prot is nice. Except for when I went down into this dungeon, but in my defense, I went straight to the bottom level, which is known to be a good source of enchantments. On top of that though, I did chicken out because of how hard it was, and I was really humbled when I got down there. Fire Prot kinda sucks though. I want to put regular Prot on these, but whatever. Advanced Prot's good. Ooh, okay, that was a risk I am grateful I ran. Gonna see if we can go get Strength and Vitality off of another enchantment book, because I'm pretty sure we got it on a different book. So we'll see if we can go rip it from a chest plate, or if, well, I can't rip things from armor yet. I have to go find gold bookworm scales, which I have no f***ing clue how to get, but you know what, we'll figure it out. After enchanting some gear, it was time to explore once more. Oh, a quad tower, damn! Next to a village too is crazy. Do we have a library at least? Please have a library. Library! So I looted the library and then ran to the upper levels of the quad tower. Lunch break. Like I said, the loot's still very, like, very mid in this tower. I'm actually kind of surprised. Every time I come here, I'm so surprised by how, like, how much worse it is than it used to be. Oh, why is it that every time I trash this tower, I get something OP as fuck? I also went and looted the bottom levels of the tower, mainly because I knew about this library room that I had gotten good enchantments from in past encounters. Mending, holy— Again, this is a case of me needing to just mute the audio because frankly, I'm not putting in the work to censor the 10+ F-bombs that just dropped. Oh my god, mending. Holy I got mending. Oh my god. This used to be something very broken in 2.8.2. If Shiv was real about nerfing a bunch of shit, then this is probably not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go test it in a single player before I use my only mending book on this. We will never, ever be struggling with HP again. I now have a renewable and incredibly strong method of healing. I completely expected this enchanted medkit to not be compatible with mending, but you know what? We're gonna abuse this while we have it. Alright, so I know I said we wanted to make our goal to be, like, get as much XP as possible, but I want to venture into the Nether, and I want to go because I want to get a Ring of Strength. And, oh, well, you know what? Let me check if I have the magma for it first. Wait, I'm being a goober. Okay, so I don't have the magma, so we're going to venture to the Nether, get some magma, and get out, okay? And we got to be careful because we can't use... I don't think the magic mirror works from the Nether. So we just gotta be careful. Here goes nothing. First time in the Nether. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Wee. Going to the Nether is genuinely one of the worst experiences ever when it comes to RLCraft. The sheer amount of Lycanite mobs that spawn there and how insane they are, it makes even a player like me avoid it in every way possible. And as much as I wanted to raid this Nether city, I got what I needed and got the hell out of there, pun intended, crafting my Ring of Strength as soon as I got back. Now let's see if we can reforge it to make it a bit better. We need a bauble reforge station. Oops. Hey, no, you're going the wrong way, Raggy. Raggy.
Oh. You should go to the f***ing waystone, you pecky bitch.
It's over here.
I don't have food. Oh. I'll get there in 2 or 3 working days. Hello. Working days. Oh.
It's fine, you dumbass.
Oh.
Fucking Raggy. I chucked a piece of chicken at him. He whips out a sword and crits me, and he dies because I have advanced swords.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Raggy, get the f back in the house.
Sure, here.
Do you want more stuff or not?
Bro doesn't want
What
free
shit. Exactly. What the f, man? Literally just give you 2
I'm
XP
so
tomes,
lazy.
10 heart containers.
Oh
You killed my pet and I'm still boosting you.
Wait, you killed their pet?
Yeah, he killed Muffin, my puppy dog.
There was nothing Muffin about Muffin.
Muffin, my puppy dog.
Muffin was frothing at the mouth with blood.
Muffin, my puppy dog.
Bro, how is Raggy not like dead 10 feet under?
To be honest, I got enough entertainment just from him punching me and dying immediately.
A war mod pack would be fun.
Yeah, they want to do a war mod pack because during November, we had a war that was supposed to happen that didn't wind up happening because the opposing party didn't make a bunker for us to bomb. Long story short, Raggy and I drew a truce for the rest of RLCraft due to the nature of the mod pack and it not really being ideal for conflict, and I wanted people to play the pack with, so I took him tower raiding with me, which went as expected. Raggy, that did more damage to you than me. I think these flying fights with golems probably look cooler from someone else's point of view, but I didn't have replay mod installed, and frankly, I never want to deal with 1.12.2 replay mod ever again. Whee! Holy f, there's a sea serpent! Raggy run! Raggy run!
Are you okay?
Raggy run! Raggy run!
You are peeking so much.
Raggy run!
What just happened?
Raggy run!
Sea serpent!
Is it dead? Oh, it's dead. Let's go. Good thing I didn't overreact. That would have been bad. We raided another tower and then kept exploring, and wow, I actually really love this solution to how this structure generated in 2.8.2, because back then it was just water all around and it looked really funky. Fish gun, fish gun, fish gun, fish gun, fish gun, fish gun. After that, I started gearing up to go to the end. Unfortunately, it was looking like I'd be going alone since none of the others were really ready for it and I was itching to get it out of the way. But I still wanted to wait to kill the actual dragon until the others had told me that they weren't going to go with me. To be honest, I was more worried about shulker boxes, and considering we have global waystones enabled due to MSMP configs, yeah. Well, I spent time getting ready anyway, and this included raiding a few more towers, including one in the Nether, which actually led to me finding this Lycanite dungeon. I was kind of scared to go into it because it's in the Nether, and I don't really have my get out of jail free card via the mirror, but the ego is real and I went in anyway. Yep.
Oh, it dropped a soul stone.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
all
forgot
mini
they do that.
bosses, yeah.
I forget they.
I walked into this room with a bunch of magma and immediately grabbed a boatload of it. Bro, smartest mob alive, smartest mob alive. Killing the bosses in this one was actually way easier than I was expecting. It's not just even a regular Nether dungeon, it's a glitched Nether dungeon, which is extra cool. I got so many soul stones, it's kind of unreal. After I got tired of the dungeon, aka I got a little scared of being in it, I went back home and decided it was time to take on the Wither.
Oh, okay, that's pretty nice though.
Okay, wait, this is actually really cool though.
That was the easiest Wither fight I think I've ever done. I used the first Nether star on making a waystone and took that to the Nether with me to put it in the dungeon to give me a bit of a crutch in case something goes wrong, and I immediately went back to raiding the dungeon. Also, I don't know how this happened. It was over half health and just died. When I went back home, I popped one of the dragon soul stones. Ooh, new mount just dropped, let's go. I'm gonna name my dragon Dragooner.
Why?
Everybody's gonna hate me, it's gonna be great. My other one was named Valorant, so this is not much better. I killed the Wither again twice, so I'd be able to take a waystone with me to the end. Yeah, don't you love how this fight is very scary, right? I'm just trying to do it in a way that flows well with the video series I want to make. So I don't know, I wanted to do the Beneath in my part 2 video, but I probably won't wind up doing the Beneath until part 3. Oh, great timing.
What's part 2 gonna?
So we enabled players making global waystones, which I mentioned earlier, but we did it so that players could go to other bases without having to make it there manually first. It's one of the few things I changed with the MSMP config. I do this for every mod pack. But because of this setting, I had interdimensional waystones that would function where in a normal playthrough of this pack, they wouldn't. To be honest, this being enabled kind of makes me want to reattempt the whole playthrough because of how cheesy it feels when it's in the hands of someone like me. But stay to the end and I'll tell you about something else I've got planned. Well, I mean, I need the waystone to be able to get back home without killing the dragon.
How many repair cores do I have?
And the only reason this works is because players are able to set global waystones because of MSMP configurations. That's the only reason this works. All right, chat, time to go to the end. Oh.
Jeez. Don't kill the
Bitch.
dragon on accident.
Don't kill. Yeah, my bad, gang. I slipped and killed the dragon. Wait, can I?
Can you what? More, it's okay.
Dude,
Hmm.
you can take the eye back out of the portal.
Why? Just trap someone in there.
And through the portal I went. All right, come on, Dragooner. Time for us to go. Immediately, I started looting the end structures. These things are loot goblin heaven, though the Lycanite mobs are more lethal than even the ones in the Nether. I got it!
Let me see.
Are they up there?
Are they not on that second floor right there?
No.
Oh, then. Oh no, it's in 3. It's one of. It looks like those, but they're 3 levels. But they're 3 stories. Oh, I can't speak.
Oh, wait. Are they on the lower ones?
They can be.
What?
So the chests are in some ones that look like that, but they're 3 stories instead of 2.
I usually get an elytra and leave. In true loot goblin fashion, I took the shulker boxes home with me and immediately set out on a mission with Dragooner to go raid more towers. God, that name is awful. I'm so sorry.
It's a mistake, but it's fine. I'll pay for it later. What is happening? I hear your stream going off.
I just killed the tower golem. Including this quad tower, I think I had marked on my map or I just found while flying. Okay, thank you. I don't know, this is the first clip I have of me in it. I don't know how I found it, I just have a clip.
I'll just put like it's a random name. It's like Aether backwards.
No, you do YN.
Why? Yeah.
Y/N, bro.
What does Y/N mean?
Dude,
Is that a reader?
Y/N. It means your name.
Oh my god, it's so foul.
You're not part of the fanfiction culture, clearly. You
I'm not a
uncultured
fanfic writer.
swine. Uncultured swine.
I thought there was like a specific word to like fill in as reader name.
You can just type reader. You can just type reader's name, but everybody types your name. Ring of Strength. I already have 2 of those.
Okay, my bad. I guess you're a master fanfic reader.
I was in like middle school. And I looted the rest of the tower, making sure to go through the lower levels and grabbing as many items as possible while refilling all of my XP tomes. This is one of the most fun parts of RLCraft, when you reach near invincibility. Running through dungeons and exploring becomes a lot more fun because you went from dying to the tiniest skeleton to this. I'm American. I wonder why I speak with an American accent.
You're not. Your accent ain't American though, I know that for a fact.
My accent is American. It's Midwestern.
I'm talking about the stereotypical American shit.
Okay. Dude, I've got so many XP tomes now. Side note, I get called Canadian a lot because I'm from the Midwest. I personally don't see it, and Raggy, if you're watching this, you can suck my Midwestern cock. Don't worry, dear viewer, this muffin conflict will not be forgotten. I did wind up going back to the end, but mostly to loot, and also because now that I had End City gear, I desperately wanted a disenchantment table. But in true RLCraft fashion, shivaxi made it so I need golden bookworm scales for it instead of yellow dye like in the old version, which makes more sense admittedly, but oh my god, it's so rare it hurts. Like I was exploring in the end for a real world hour, and then I went back to try and get it through reading, and then I resorted to exploring for so many more hours. Oh my god, it's the structure I need! It's the structure I need! I can't express enough how much I wish I had the footage of me going into that structure and finding the golden scale that spawns in the bottom of it, because it was like I was finally able to see color again, and I'm not even kidding. Unfortunately, we do need 2 of them, but this gave me hope that the structure I read about on Reddit did in fact exist. So I continued on my search throughout the end. Hey, least cheesable mod pack, by the way. I can't believe that worked. Holy f. I kept exploring and looting and exploring and looting, and thank god it didn't take near as long to find this one as it did the first one. Holy f, it's the other structure I need. Holy sh. I was so close to losing my mind at how hard it was to get just 2 of these things. There's an armor set you can make out of them, dude. Can you imagine how hard that is to get if you're unlucky with breeding them like I was? Nope, I will go back to, but right now, I have my disenchantment table finally. Where is the other one? Thank Christ. Okay, now I just need 3 emeralds. Placing this down felt like taking a hot shower after being around Asmongold for 10 minutes. Immediately, I went through the armor and weapons I collected, picking out anything that had mending as the top enchantment, and some other strong enchantments too. The thing that sucks the most is having multiple things with mending as a lower enchantment and knowing I can't get it off the armor. I also realized I was out of levels and couldn't finish combining enchantments on my main armor, so I went out XP hunting again. Bro, look at this Enderman. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how to tie in a lot of this footage. This is me just running it down in dungeons, enchanting, re-enchanting, reforging, etc. So I guess I can explain the goal. I wanted my armor to be as strong as possible for when I face down the bosses of this mod pack. If there's anything to know about me, which you probably picked up on this already, it's that I tend to overgear myself for any and every fight I have to face, which I feel was evident throughout the entire playthrough, but I was working to enchant everything with advanced mending and advanced protection, and to reforge it all to be masterful and undying, which are the best properties something can have in my opinion. If I remember correctly, Undying is specific to baubles and masterful to gear. I could be wrong, this footage is from February of 2025, and as I'm editing this, it is currently June 14th of 2025, that's the time I'm recording, at least the voiceover. Then obviously sinking more levels into the Iron Skin skill until I had it maxed out since it would help minimize the amount of damage I was taking. While this is definitely overkill for the Ender Dragon, the Lycanite bosses truly scare me, and I don't think I'll ever feel fully ready to take them on. Soon we'd be facing down my old enemy. That boss fight was looming over me at the time. I wasn't excited to try to take on Rehovard again. I was pretty scared. Dude, I keep offering stuff to like other players. I'm like, if you get on, I will give you everything, bro. Look at this. I won't use half of this shit. More than half of it, ever. Cleaning up around the base and spawn was the next thing I decided to do instead of finally killing the dragon. Like I mentioned earlier, I like to try and collect as many armor sets as possible, so picking an area to put them was a good distraction.
Anyway. Oh, you're so dead to me.
Dude, I don't even know how that killed you. Dude, I punched you twice with my... I had a shulker box in my hand, bro. You died to a shulker box.
I hate you. I hate you. I despise you. I disdain you with
You
every
were
fiber of my
on-
being.
You were on a healing mat and you died to a shulker box.
It's almost as if someone virgins the hell out of this mod pack.
I took my anger at the gold scale being so rare out on the bookworms that I had in the breeding pit and hopped off for the night. I also needed the scales for the armor set that you can make out of them, but yeah. When I got back on, I began to tear down this house to make space for the build I wanted to do. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it above or underground at this point, and I figured blowing up the house would be fun either way. Bro immediately runs to my house.
Yeah, I would do that in real life too.
Hello.
But what's happening over there?
Oh. Demolition.
Okay, I punched it to death. I'm fine.
The way the scream got out.
Can I just say one thing, by the way? I fucking hate the visual enhancements mod.
Which one?
Which one?
The visual enhancements mod. The one that, like, makes it to where, like, you know, when you go near an Enderman, it makes it all staticky.
Oh, dynamic surroundings. That's
Is that what's it's just called enhanced visuals for me.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, if you go
Oh.
into your...
Oh, yeah. No. Okay, no. I was mixing them up. My bad.
It makes, like, your thing, like, blurry if you're thirsty and all that. I just do not like it.
I thought that my computer was breaking the first time I got that effect. I'm not gonna lie. I literally restarted my client like 7 times.
Okay, so I need
Honestly,
to go
understandable.
out.
And proper construction of the armory began. Or trophy room? I don't know, I'm not a good builder. The entire time I was thinking about how challenging some of the armors would be to get and if I could stall killing the Ender Dragon another day. Right now, I'm thinking about how much of a challenge it'll be to get this video out in the next day or so. It's been a while since I took on an hour-plus long project, but here we are and we thrive. The next time I was on was a stream, and I set a goal to kill as many dragons and serpents as possible to make armor for the armory. I want to try to get as many of these armor sets as possible before the month ends, and the month ends today, so you know we're gonna try our best. And I'm gonna be so sad to lose this world because I was genuinely so invested. Probably the first time in a while that I genuinely want to download the world and keep playing it solo because of how much I love it. Anyway, we probably should go out to like a faraway waystone because we're gonna go dragon hunting. Flying around to search for ice dragons wasn't really going super well. I went through all the ice biomes I knew of and didn't find even a skeleton from one, which was rather unfortunate. So we can't max out melee damage yet. I should probably get out XP tomes. Do I have my XP tomes in a... Oh, in here. Huh. So I normally store all my XP away in tomes and stuff, because then I can just like... If I die, it's fine. I mean, I don't die very often, but then if I do, it's fine, you know? I wound up ending stream after 2 hours and continued the mission later that night, slaying sea serpent after sea serpent, and eventually this is where we were with the armory. Pretty impressive, all things considered, but I still wasn't done. I killed more serpents, looted more villages, explored more structures, and even ran through more dungeons all in pursuit of more enchantments, XP, and more ice and fire mobs. That sea serpent, that was like less than half the size of the one I killed. Dropped to 9 scales. This is where we sat with the armory when I finally decided it was time to go for the Ender Dragon. Okay, so no, I need red and tanned arm.
What the?
A cobalt?
Dude, I'm telling you, it just assassinated me!
I couldn't put it off any longer. It was the last day of the month, and the others confirmed they couldn't come with me even if I boosted them. I was also out of time to prepare for the fights ahead. I couldn't stall anymore. Now it was all or nothing, and as I suspected, the Ender Dragon was a breeze. The biggest challenge with it was the Lycanite mobs that spawned on the island. Hey, I did it! Woo! After killing it, I grabbed the drops, killed off as many of the mobs as I could, and landed for a brief second to mine some of the Ender Biotite, since it's a needed resource for a few things, including crafting a soul cube that we'll need. Then it was time to head home and do final preparations to boss rush the last 3 bosses, which I didn't even think about explaining until now, so I'm sorry for those of you who are unfamiliar. Oh my god, my wither spawned with googly eyes. He is now dead. Basically, in RLCraft there are 4 final bosses: the Ender Dragon, Rehovart, Asmodeus, and the Amalgalage. The Ender Dragon, as you just saw, works pretty much like normal, but to get to the other bosses you need a few things, namely a soul key and then that boss's corresponding soul cube. We needed the Nether stars for the soul keys, and the mini boss you see me getting my ass kicked by is one I had to kill in order to get something called a demonic soul stone, which is needed to craft the soul cube for Rehovart. The other soul cubes are similar, requiring specific types of soul stones and then a drop you get from the previous boss. This is why in this version we have to do Rehovart first. One of the reasons I actually love the Lycanites mobs mod so much is how it doesn't gate beating the bosses behind the RNG of dungeon generation. It's preferable to try and find the structure, but if you can't, you can always summon the mini boss you need via that mini boss's altar. It's a great way to circumvent an issue 90% of mod packs and even games have nowadays. Rant over, back to me trying to actually finish beating the pack.
Alright guys, now it's time to summon Rehovart.
Whatever daddy wants. Daddy good.
Alrighty. So we just
That one
gotta
kills
build
me.
the altar and we gotta go like that and then we gotta go
We're just gonna go here and we're gonna...
Yo, that guy looks kind of sick though. Worthy investment to get like the other thing before doing this fight, but am I gonna regret it? Probably. Am I okay with that? Yeah. Will I get really tilted anyway? If I lose this fight, I'm gonna kill somebody, but it'll make for good content. Just make sure you guys
I don't think
subscribe
you
even
will.
if I'm in prison.
Yep.
Oh. I'm gonna save you guys the 20 minutes it took for me to realize this, but mob events were disabled for performance on the server and for the sake of everyone's sanity, and that includes boss fights since they're classified as mob events. And then it was time. Time to face an old enemy of mine. The first thing my friend and I noticed was the downsized arena, but ultimately it was now or never. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck was that?
Bro, Giga got you.
Literally, ouch.
No, you're actually cooked.
Oh my god, you got hit by DJ Baphomet.
Oh my god. What the fuck was that?
You're actually cooked, bro.
Since when does Rehovart do that? Unfortunately, I didn't make a backup armor set, which was one of the worst decisions I could have made. I was able to get my things back with relative ease thanks to Valorant and Dragooner, but fighting this boss was definitely not going in my favor. For some reason, I didn't think to dodge through the attack while filming, which has me kicking myself now. This seems so much more doable in hindsight, but that's how everything feels, no?
Cosmo, get the f out of there, homies. You need to get Air Restore meat. It makes you heal a lot faster.
Oh, what the man. Dude, I can't win. I took a second to reset, opting to get some battle burritos together to make fighting this thing go even just a touch better. After getting the burritos, it did go better, as you can see. It was still a challenge, but I was able to get melee hits in, which are the strongest ones I have with my sword. But of course, things can't go well for long.
Wait, what? How are you beating him now? What did you eat? What did you change?
Battle burrito.
Oh.
The mobs around him are so lethal, and on top of that, I started having network problems. It was great. Dude!
Asmodeus and the rest of them. That's my question.
Yeah, it was making me really frustrated, but what's worse is when I got back in after restarting my router, I was ready to take on Rehovart again, and then this happened. I'm not gonna lie, I was so frustrated at this point. That last death was completely my fault, because I'd forgotten the battle burrito, but still incredibly annoying that Lycanite mobs magically get me in the skull every single time they fire a projectile at me. At least I had the sense to die on or near the wall, so retrieving my stuff would be easier. But I tried again, and kept going at this until I got caught by an entity and there was just nothing else I could do. An entity has me. I can't move.
Oh yeah, it's done.
There's literally nothing I can do here. After a long talk with one of my friends, I decided to leave it here. As much as I didn't want to, I was out of time and Rehovart had beaten me once again. And part of me is really sad about it, even to this day, because it isn't the triumphant ending that I wanted, and from a content creator perspective, it puts a lot of pressure on me to actually succeed when I'm trying to beat something that's actually pretty hard, because we all want that good ending. But at the end of the day, not everything goes as planned, and there's nothing wrong with that, and often it's out of our control. It's how we deal with situations like that I feel really shows who we are at our cores. However, RLCraft Dregora released, and I sense this war isn't over, so I suggest you stay tuned.